Look at my hair, you all. It is thriving. And I'll be honest, my hair started thriving when I stopped doing certain things to my hair. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Karen with Curl House. I am a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and the owner of the fabulous Curl House collection of products. And I help women to grow and maintain healthy hair. So you all, I have been natural for almost 20 years. 20 years. I went natural back in 2008. And just as I think about all the things that I used to do to my hair, there are so many things that I used to do back then that I don't do now. Things that I stopped doing. And when I stopped doing certain things, my hair started to thrive. So that is what we are going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you the 10 things that I don't do no more. And the first thing that I no longer do, I no longer skip wash day. I don't do that. I wash my hair consistently. I am consistent about my wash day schedule. So I wash usually every 7 to 10 days, like clockwork. I do not skip my wash day. Now, back in the day, I prioritized the way my hair looked over the health of my hair. You all know sometimes, like when the hair is old and when it's dirty and you know you need to wash it, but your hair looks so good when it's old and you don't want to wash it. I used to do that back in the day. I wouldn't wash my hair because I thought, my hair still looked good. So as long as it looked good, I didn't wash it. Not now. I will not skip wash day. Wash day is the day your hair gets maximum moisture. And one of the number one reasons our hair is breaking off is because our hair is dry. And on wash day, your hair gets the most moisture and hydration from the water. So I am able to achieve the length and the health of my hair now because I don't skip wash day. I wash it consistently. And the second thing that I don't skip is my pre-poo. So I always do a pre-poo, which means I put a penetrating oil in my hair before I actually wash it. I'll either put babasu oil or coconut oil. I'll slather it in my hair the day before I wash it, let it sit in my hair overnight for at least 8 hours. Sometimes I may do it for up to an hour, like if I'm rushing, but I typically do it the day before I wash my hair, put that oil in my hair, use my fingers, pre-detangle my hair. Oh, it makes a big difference on wash day. It helps to minimize the tangles from my hair. When I minimize the tangles, then my hair is not breaking. So when I'm washing my hair, it's much easier. It's easier to detangle. I'm not breaking it. It's easier to get through. So I I seldom skip my pre-poo. That's number 2. All right, the third thing that I don't do anymore, I don't keep protective styles in for a long time. So yes, I'll still do protective styles, but I don't keep them in for a long time. So back in the day, my favorite protective style with weave, with extensions, was crochet braids. OMG, I love myself some crochet braids, favorite style. I would keep those crochet braids in for about 2 months. I don't do that anymore. As I said, I have to wash my hair. I can't keep a style in for 4 weeks or 8 weeks. No, I have to wash my hair regularly. So while I'll do protective styles now, my favorite protective style is like putting my hair in some big old chunky twists and slapping a wig on. I will slap a wig on with the quickness, but I can still access my hair. I can still moisturize my hair because I can take that wig off, or even if I don't wear a wig, if my hair is just in 2-strand twists, the goal is to keep my hair moisturized. I have to keep it moisturized because otherwise it's going to get very dry and it's going to break off. So that is the third thing that I do not do. While I wear protective styles, I don't keep them in for 2 months or even a month. I don't do that anymore. I have to wash my hair. And the next thing that I don't do anymore, I do not retwist my hair every single night. So back in the day, a twist out was my go-to. That was my favorite style, a 2-strand twist out. And every night I would retwist my hair, not in big chunky twists. I would retwist it in little tiny twists because every piece had to be in place. I loved a in-place twist out, a fresh looking twist out. I didn't want my hair to look frizzy. I didn't want it to look dry. I wanted every piece in place. So I retwisted my hair every single night in small twists. I don't do that anymore. That is too much manipulation. And too much manipulation is what leads to breakage. And that leads to my next thing that I don't do anymore. And that is obsess over my hair. I do not obsess over my hair. Every piece doesn't have to be in place. Every piece doesn't have to be frizz free. I don't obsess anymore. It's like I like my hair the way it looks, even if pieces are out of place. That's fine. Even if some pieces are frizzy, that's fine too. Now my hair is gray. So frizziness and dryness and dullness just comes with gray hair. It is just a natural characteristic of gray hair. As long as my hair is properly moisturized, I don't care if it looks dull, so to speak, because it can look dull or it can look dry, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is dry. I want my hair to be healthy. So it doesn't matter whether or not it looks dry. It does not have to look perfect. I don't obsess over it anymore. I just let it do what it do. That's something else I don't do anymore. And speaking of dried looking hair, that's the next thing I do not skip. I do not skip my moisture routine. I will not skip that. So I said earlier that yes, my hair may look dry because it is gray, but looking dry and being dry is two different things. So it is super important that I stick to my moisture schedule. I moisturize my hair regularly. So I said earlier, I put the look of my hair or the aesthetics of my hair before the health of my hair. So as long as my hair looked good, I didn't care if it was dry. I didn't care if it needed moisturizer. I didn't care. I just wanted it to look good back in the day. Now, the health of my hair is key. So regardless of how my hair looks, I know how often I need to moisturize my hair, and I stick to my moisture schedule regardless of how it looks. I put the health of my hair comes before how it looks. So that's the next thing I do not do. I don't skip my moisture cycle. The next thing I do not skip is my deep moisturizing treatments and my protein. I won't skip that. Back in the day, I would wash my hair, style it, and be on my way. Now, every time I wash my hair, I do a deep moisturizing treatment, which is just I put in my conditioner and I sit under a hooded dryer every time I wash my hair. I do not skip it. It makes my hair more manageable. It feels more hydrated. It makes it easier to detangle. So I don't skip a deep moisturizing treatment under a hooded dryer with a plastic cap, or you can do a steam treatment. And I don't skip a protein treatment. So back in the day, I didn't prioritize protein. So, you know, we with natural hair, we don't lose our protein in our hair the way we did when we got relaxed hair. But that doesn't mean that you can't do a protein treatment. So I do my regular protein treatments as well. I do not skip them. Now, I may do a protein treatment about every 8 weeks to 12 weeks. I don't do it as often as I do my moisturizing treatments, but I don't skip them. So it's not either or, it's both. And I stay on schedule with both. And the next thing I do not do, I do not wait for my yearly blowout to do a length check and trim. Now, let me clarify. I do my trims on a regular basis. That hasn't changed. I trim my ends every 3 to 4 months on a regular basis, like clockwork, because my ends need to be trimmed every 3 or 4 months. But what I used to do back in the day, I would make sure I do my blowout. So I blow my hair and flat iron it, and I would do my length check and then get my trim. I don't do that anymore. It's just not as important anymore. I'm not as concerned about the length of my hair as I am more concerned about the health of my hair. And I don't necessarily do blowouts. Like I used to get a blowout, meaning get my hair flat iron. I don't really do that anymore. I don't think I've had a blowout, in at least 3 years. I don't think I've had a blowout since 2023. So I don't put that heat on my hair. So I don't do that anymore. It's just not as important to do a blowout, to do a length check. But I still do my trims on a regular basis. The next thing that I don't do, I don't sleep without protection, meaning I make sure that I sleep on a satin pillowcase. Now, back in the day, I've always slept with a scarf or a bonnet or typically something on my head. And I would wake up in the morning and whatever was on my head was on the bed. And my head was resting on a cotton pillowcase. Not now. I sleep on a satin pillowcase every night. So whether or not my scarf slips off or my bonnet slips off, sometimes I may not even have to put on a scarf or a bonnet because my hair is protected on the satin pillowcase. So I do not sleep without a satin pillowcase. The next thing that I don't do, and this one is pretty obvious, I don't color my hair anymore. So I've been talking about all this gray that I have. I don't color it anymore. I stopped coloring it, you all. I love color. I used to rock so many colors back in the day. But with color just comes more work, more maintenance, drier hair, more protein treatments, more deep conditioning treatments, more care. And I just didn't feel like dealing with that anymore. My hair is dry enough as it is. I don't need any permanent color to make it drier, which means I got to do even more work to maintain it. So I don't color it anymore either. And the last thing that I don't do, I will not skip scalp care. This is probably one of the most important things that I don't skip anymore. And I'm saving the most important for last. I do not skip scalp care. So while I have been talking about hair care throughout this entire video, healthy hair grows from a healthy scalp. So I won't skip scalp care, which means, again, I am cleansing my scalp because shampoo is designed for the scalp on a regular basis. I am dealing with slow growing hair, hormonal changes, drier scalp because of my sebaceous glands are changing due to my perimenopause. I apply scalp drops to my scalp, the healer water-based scalp drops to my scalp on a regular basis because that is key to maintaining the health of my hair. I exercise, I sweat, so I may need to clarify my scalp using apple cider vinegar or hydrosol. I really prioritize the health of my scalp. And that is the main thing that I do not skip, that I didn't think about 20 years ago. Scalp care. Don't neglect the health of your scalp. So sometimes when it comes to the health of your hair, it's not what you need to add to your hair care routine. Sometimes it's some things that you just may need to stop doing. So if you're doing any of these things that I did back in the day, and if you can see that your hair might be compromised, you're not getting the length, or you just may be doing too much to your hair, I encourage you to stop. Stop. Okay, guys, if you are looking for a product line that's going to help with the moisturization of your hair, with your scalp care, with hydrating your scalp, stimulating your scalp for growth, I encourage you to consider the Curl House product line. It is exactly why I created it, for scalp health first and for hydrated, moisturized hair second. Okay, guys, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video so that you do not miss a video in the future. And until we talk again, stay back.